Hey, story time. Woo! Hi. Another segment. Oh yeah. Let's let Instagram let some people know that I am here right now. Let me let my guests know that I am here. Yes. Okay, Kim, you hear me? Yeah. Kim, send me a request, baby. Send me a request. See, that's a professional. They come on time. They come early. Oh, yeah. Send me a request. Let me see. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get ready, get ready. We are going to have a good time tonight. We are going to have a good time tonight. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Ooh. Kim, send a request. See the plus sign on the bottom? Send a request to join. Okay. Hey, Dina. How you doing? It says you're unable to join. Let me try again. Make sure you're following me, Kim. Make sure you're following me. Let me invite you again and let me see what happens. Hey, D. Come on in the room, Kim. How you doing? Hey, Purpose. What's going on, man? How you doing? Let me see if Bobby is here yet, too. I need Bobby to come on to the room. Hey, Dig. How you doing, Patricia? Hey. So, Kim, let me stop my music for a minute. So, how you doing? I'm doing awesome. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I had a long day, but I'm here. So I realized today, I said, God, you have to be with me because of the stuff that I just finished doing. I just finished my Aquazuma, and it's just amazing. I said, God, you are good. But Kim, it says you're unable to join. Go out and come back in. Make sure you're following me, and then send a request again. Sometimes Instagram acts crazy, so it may not be you. It does that sometimes to all of us. So we are familiar with it. It happens. So I'm sending a request again, but go out and come back in, and I'll see. Bobby should be just about here too. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're spotlighting the gospel. We have a good one for you tonight, man. We have a powerful, powerful young lady. And before I go into it, I'm going to make sure on my other device that he is on his way. I know he shared it today, so I know he's on his way. But he's a radio show host, so there's no telling what he may be doing at the moment. Kim is trying to get on right now. If you are a podcaster on IG, then you know how it is. Girl, let me tell you something. I didn't know when I came in this house an hour ago and I jumped in the shower. I didn't know what I was going to do because I'm having a bad headache. It's time for me to get this hair done again. So I had to think real fast and put some stuff together real quick, Pat. Woo! And that's why I said God is good. You hear me? He is good. I'm telling you. So, Kim, are you on a iPad or phone? I'm trying to see what it could be. Uh, Try to go to a different device and see if that works. and see what happens. Your favorite color? Okay, okay, okay. Well, I like bright colors, especially during the summertime. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. The guest is trying to come on in the room, and I'm waiting for my second guest. I actually have two. We're spotlighting the gospel tonight, so I have a young lady who has been she's a 3 times nominee right now this year for the Stella Awards, and she is amazing. She's amazing. So she's trying to make her way in here. And if you are anyone who ever goes live on IG, you know how sometimes I be tripping. They get to tripping like real good, you know. But Kim right now is she's nominated for the Albertina Walker Female Artist of the Year. She's nominated for the Traditional Female Artist of the Year and the Traditional Album of the Year. And I'm just excited because I know her personally too. There you go. I see it, Kim. Yes, yes, yes. Look at God. It came through that time, Kim. It came through. Yay! I see you, girl. I see you. There she go. Girl, you look just like the picture. I was looking at this here. Girl, you look just like it.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to hear. I got to put this on a little bit so you got to know. This is how I start my show, right? For everybody who comes on, we play this. We play this and we say, it's your time to shine. That's what we be saying. I started to play your song, but I wanted you to know it's your time to shine. That's what we do here. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm trying to get Bobby. Bobby Parker is actually coming on tonight, too. So he may be running behind. So let me see if I can get him now that I have you here. Because he is actually going to be a part of this as well. Let me see where he is. He was actually. And I'm sure he'll come on in eventually. It's your
I was
time
trying to use my laptop, but it wasn't working.
Ah, okay. Well, listen, I'm going to cut the music on because I want to get on right on in here. That's okay. We know that happens sometime. I saw somebody that, okay, that's not Bobby. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct honor tonight of introducing you to a young lady that I happen to know personally. So I'm just so excited. I'm really so excited because as we've been doing story time, there's some people that I know personally and some people that I know of from the internet and from the TV and, you know, just from the radio. But this young lady I happen to know personally, and her name is Kim Person. And like I said, she's a 3 time Stella Awards nominee. I mean, this year alone, she's nominated for Artist of the Year, you know, Albertina Walker. If you know anything about Albertina Walker, you have to look her up. She was on Steve Harvey's show, and that lady was amazing. She's up for the Artist of the Year with her, with some big names that she went up against. So I'm so proud. Traditional Female Artist of the Year and Album of the Year. And Kim has been singing all her life. Since I've known her all her life, she has been singing. And, you know, she is just on the Billboard chart, and she's just amazing. Kim, there's some people out here that may not have ever heard who Kim Person is. And what I always tell my guests to do is to start out by telling us who was the little girl Kim Person before all this. Like, tell us a little bit about Kim Person to the people who have never seen and never heard. There goes Bobby. Bobby sent us a request so you can come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Parker from the Bobby Parker Show. Another great giant who also is in the gospel. That's why I said we're highlighting the gospel tonight, because this man here is on the scene at the awards. The awards, when you go, he's there. He's been nominated as, you know, the host.
Hey,
so this is so exciting to have both of you here today. So we're just excited to have you both. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much, because I know both of you are very busy. I was just telling the individuals about who Kim Person is. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have the distinct honor of also having the amazing Bobby Parker. So if you are a gospel artist, sit back, sit tight, because we got something for you tonight. Kim may bless you. You may get to hear something. Bobby may tell you a little bit how you can get some exposure on his show. So it's going to be a great one tonight. So let's start first by getting introduction. Kim, first, I would love for you to tell a little background about how you got started all together, and then Bobby will let you do the same.
Yeah. As for me, I love to tell this story. Since the tender age of 2, my grandparents used to stand me on a cement block and let me sing to crowds in our local church. And people used to come from miles around to see the little girl with the big voice. And now that cement block has turned into stages all across the country where I get the chance to sing God's praises through music. And I'm honored and blessed to do that. I've released, I think, 5 projects to date. And God's just been doing some wonderful things. And he's been putting me in places I've always dreamed about. He's been showing me so many things that I've always desired. And I'm just excited to be on the show with you tonight, to get to people to learn a little bit more about me and all that God is doing in my life. So that should just to kick us off right there. But I'm super excited to be here with you tonight.
Thank you so much. Bobby Parker.
I'm the same. I'm excited to be here tonight, Crystal. Thank you for inviting me, and so happy to be a part of your live tonight, and especially with Kim. This is an honor. This is my girl.
Same.
And a little history about me. She went back to 2, right? So I'm gonna go back to 9 years old. I knew I wanted to be on the radio ever since I was 9 years old. And I used to stay up late nights and listen to my boombox, and I would turn the music down and turn up the radio announcer. And I wanted to be on the radio. Went to school for it and started out in R&B radio, and then end up doing gospel. And now I have this is my 10th year of my syndicated radio show, and my 35th year being in radio period this year.
Wow, excellent. So how did you two meet, Kim? How did you meet Bobby Parker?
Oh my goodness. Let me see. I think I was, I was a student at North Carolina Central University. Go Eagles. And Bobby was our MC, I think, for the day, right, Bobby? And we were having our anniversary, and that's how I had a chance to meet him. I led a song, and he was like just blown away by, what I had to share that evening. And he went on to just say, listen, you got a great future in gospel music. And then years later, I decided to release a CD. And the first person that I went to was Bobby, and he was the first person to break my music in the industry. So I've been knowing Bobby, telling my age. I'm 51. I can't believe that. And I was a teenager when I met him. So I've been knowing Bobby probably over 30 years. And what a blessing he has been in my entire life. In every one of my albums, he has never let me down as it relates to giving me the exposure, just being an encouragement. And Bobby is somebody I can always count on in the gospel industry. And you can't always say that about everybody, because some people talk, but they don't do. But Bobby Parker is someone you want to have in your corner in this industry.
Wow, and that speaks volume. And Bobby, do you remember that day that you first laid eyes on Kim person and you first heard that voice? What did you think? What went through your mind?
I do. I can't remember the year.
Oh,
what year was it, Kim?
I think it was my junior or senior year. So that would have been I graduated in 1994. So it had to be 91, 2, or 3. So I was a teenager in those early years.
91. Yeah, that is amazing. Early 90s. And I started out in radio in 87. And I wanted to be everywhere where the happenings. I wanted to be, if there's anything going on, I wanted to be there. So, and then I was invited to North Carolina Central's choir anniversary, and was able to be a part of that and host that event. So that was awesome. I was just sitting there, and they started singing, and Kim led a song, and I was like, and I didn't know her. I was like, who is that? Who is that young lady singing like that? And I just introduced myself, and like she said, we've been knowing each other ever since. And then I started working at different gospel stations around the city, and I ended up in Raleigh, her hometown, where she was living at St. Aug, St. Augustine's College, St. Augustine's University now. And they had an AM station. I was working there, and we just started forming a relationship.
Wasn't it? W-A-U-G.
W-A-U-G.
Yeah.
W-A-U-G.
That's my
I was there for many years. And anytime she put any music out, I would always support her. I'm just a big supporter of anyone that's doing things, not just locally, but nationally. Anybody that's doing anything. And I form relationships like that with many artists around the country. And that's how you stay in this game, just building relationships.
Yes, I've
Wow.
been in lots of states and other all across the country. And as soon as I'm there, I'm like, there go Bobby. Oh, there,
Yes.
Jacksonville, Florida. There's Bobby. Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
There's Bobby. He is at every award show.
Yes.
He is
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere, doing interviews, just connecting and help. He's just such a blessing to the gospel industry, and I'm just glad to call him my brother.
Now, Kim, you've been singing since you was 2. Did you always have that range?
I believe so, but back in the day, it used to be serene. When I say, it was always high pitched, but, yeah, I think I've always had it. But thank God I've had people to teach me along the way, people to help me to hone in on it, help me to, to understand the importance that you don't need to just start out a song and just a song singing so high. So I've had a lot of training or people in my corner who have been very instrumental in helping me and to hone in on the sound of Kim Person.
Now, who are some of those people who have really given you some great advice in the industry that people know, like a national artist? And what would be some of the things that stuck with you that they said to you?
Yeah, I'll start out by just saying some local family members. My cousin Delano Townsend, he was very instrumental. Growing up, I was in every pageant, every beauty pageant, every talent show, you name it. I was in it and I would win in everything that I did. He was always there supporting me, playing for me, training me, teaching me, helping me. And I just want to have your listeners to send up a prayer. He was in a really bad motorcycle accident, and he's in the hospital now, so I ask you guys to keep him lifted in prayer.
Yes,
And then there have been bishops and elders who in my life who've spoken into my life that have made these moments that I'm experiencing now such a joy and such a blessing. And then as far as in the industry, there have been people that I have watched and followed, like Shirley Caesar. I used to sing at all of her conventions that she used to have here in Raleigh. I think it's been going on for about 34 or 40 years. I think I've sang at least 20 of them.
Wow.
Just going to those events and just trying to get that exposure and just having the opportunity to just sit there and listen to her. So she's been instrumental, and just so many over the years, so many. Bobby Cartwright, he's another one. He used to have a gospel fest. Just having the opportunity to just share music throughout and just meeting people. And every person that I've met, they've always had positive and great things to share with me in reference to my sound, my music, and my message of music through Christ. So a lot of people have been instrumental, and I'm gratefully thankful for what they brought to my life.
Wow. Now, Bobby, I'm going to let you share some things for people who might want to do some singing, but I have to ask you, when you heard Kim the first time, did you know she's going places? Like she has it. Did you hear it and say, oh, she most definitely has it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That first time, I was like, when I was like, who is that? And I look for stuff like that. Who creates the buzz? Who has the sound?
Yeah.
And she was just in college doing it then, and she had that sound. So, and then I like how she's hungry.
Yes.
She's able. She doesn't just sit around and wait on it. She goes out and get it, and she's been doing that ever since I've been knowing her. So I love artists who are not just sitting around waiting on major labels to come knock on their door. She's getting out there. I used to see her all the time at GMWA and different events, and she's always been hungry, and still to this day, being where she is now, getting all this success, she's still hungry and she's not sitting around. So I love that about her.
Yeah.
So let me ask both of you this question. How important is it to have that good team when you are self-made, when you are trying to create your own lane and you're not going to the big leagues? What is some advice you would give to someone who may be listening out there, who may want to either get on the radio or either just get that first break? What would you say to them? And I'll start with you first, Kim.
Whew. That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. Because it takes a whole lot. It's not the way it used to be back in the day. So to me, it's all about the grassroots. It's all about networking. It's all about building connections. It's all about collaboration. It's all about learning about the business. But then once you learn the business, how can you make it work towards what you want, how you want it to make it work? You wouldn't believe it, but I've been in the music industry now over 20 plus years. And I've been told no so many times. Even though I'm having record success now, it ain't always been that way. I remember going to some conferences, crying my eyes out when I got home because someone would say, you know what, you're awesome, but you're just not what we're looking for. We love your sound, but we're looking for somebody that's a little bit like somebody else. And I used to come home, cry my eyes out, but I was like, I took every no that I received, and I found a way to make it work for me. So what I would tell any up and coming artist or any artist, just trust the instinct and trust the gift that God is giving you. Network and learn the business, but find your 1, 2, 3, 4, your steps that work for you. Because I've been told it's going to work this way, but I sat down and I put together a plan, and it has worked for me. So learn the business so that you can put a plan together, whether your budget is small, whether you have a $1 million budget. Just find ways that work for you, and God will do the rest, but keep him first, of course, at the center of it all.
Wow. How about you, Bobby? Same question.
Yeah, I mean, same answer. Just first of all, you got to have a plan.
Yeah.
Work the plan, where you want to go. What type of music are you doing? Who's your audience? You got to know all that before you do anything. It's so much that you got to know before you even go in the studio or before you do the live recording. But what makes it so hard for a lot of folks, they'll do the big live recording and spend all that money, and then you don't have any money for promotion. You don't have any money to promote. And you got to have a plan, have your plan laid out to know that you got to do this, you got to do that. And like she said, you got to learn the industry, you got to learn the business. It's the music business, and it's only a little bit. The music is the easy part. If you can sing and you have the anointing, that's the easy part. The hard part is learning the business, the who's who in this industry. As an announcer, I wanted to know the who's who. I want to know who are the game changers, who are the who's who are the people that are really, really working this industry. And I've learned all the reps. Yeah. I've learned all the artists. I learned all the CEOs. And I put myself in a way, and I go out and shake hands and try to meet everybody and learn this business, this industry. And with gospel, it's different from a lot of other genres. Gospel, you got to really get popular in the industry first and then reach the people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of other, maybe R&B or hip hop, you get the audience, you get the fans involved first, then you'll be known in the industry. But gospel is totally different, which is, it's good and it's bad. But if you get a chance to know the industry part first, then you'll be able to get your fans and get a following. And now, since we're in a new age that we are in the 2022, social media. It's like you gotta build your social media. You gotta make that buzz. You gotta create something where people can see you, get the numbers. That's important. But like Kim said, grassroots always work. When you get out there, I seen Kim do it this year. When you go out and do those radio promos, when you just do a promo event anyway, if you go out and sing somewhere for free just to get your name out there, go to a big event like the Stella Awards or Bobby Jones retreats back in the day. Just go just to shake hands. Don't go to sing or perform. Just let people know who you are. And a lot of groups don't do that anymore. So it's all about networking. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for building relationships in this industry.
Wow.
That's building relationships.
Wow. Now,
That's
Kim,
good.
he said something. He said, go do those performances for free. I know you remember those days, right? Where everybody wants you to come to the reunion, everybody wants you to sing, everybody wants you. Talk about that for a minute for the person who might be starting out. When do you cut it off? When do you know, okay, enough is enough. It's time for me to get paid, and you limit how many promotional gigs you do, and how do you go about choosing?
Whew, yeah, you come in with the questions tonight, Chris. You come in with the questions. There's never a cutoff time for when you do promotions, because there's never a cutoff time when you do free. I put it to that way. I've done so many. I still do, believe it or not, a lot of promotional events. And I remember a couple of years ago, I went to Greater Mount Calvary, and Baltimore, I think it's at Baltimore, Maryland. Bishop Alfred Owens and Susie Owens. That was
DC area.
that was a promotional event that changed my life. I did it free. I had $500 in my bank account. I rented a car. I got the hotel, and we had enough money to eat and all that. My husband and I, we were leaving my house, and I think it was the Holy Spirit spoke to my husband and told him we didn't have enough CDs to sell. So we had 2 boxes, I think, of 300 CDs. So we pulled back around to the house and got another carton of CDs. We got to the church. As soon as I sang my song, Bishop Owens turned around to me. He said, the Lord sent this young lady all the way from North Carolina to sing the message that I'm about to preach. And he said, what y'all are going to do? Y'all are going to buy this lady's project. She's going to leave here sold out. So what turned into me going to do a promotional event for free turned into thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars that I could not even have made within a year's time. So always stay ready to do the free. And I know everybody wants to be paid, but there is a blessing in it. Always stay open to free. That way the door always open for you to be able to be paid. And so that's how I am. I still do a lot of free engagements. I call them promotions. I still do that just because it's just opportunities to network. And then once you network, that opens up a portal for other people to contact you for the bigger dollars. And so, like I said, always stay open for promotions for free. That's going to make room and enhance you in terms of allowing other opportunities to come down the pipeline for you. And as a result of that particular event, Bishop Owens bought over $1,000 worth of my CDs that day, and he sent them out to his local churches, everyone in his region, and every single one of them called me, and I gigged or traveled and performed at these churches for the rest of the year. So that's what I'm saying. Stay open for opportunities, and as you do it wholeheartedly, give it to him 100%. God is going to reward you for your promotional moment.
Wow. If you're just coming in, you're listening to Kim Person. She is a 3 times nominee for the Stella to Bobby Parker. You have been nominated. You won some awards also, right? And if you have a question for them, feel free to put it in the question box. If you want to say something to them, feel free. Let me ask both of you, do either one of you know Spotlight Ministry? Spotlight Ministry is trying to come up and say something. I do allow people to come up sometimes. Do any one of you know who Spotlight Ministry is? Because
I'm not familiar.
Ministry, do me a favor, put your question in the question box right now. Initially, put your question in the question box for me and let us know what it is you have to say. Okay? And we appreciate you. Now, Bobby, when people come to you and they want airplay, tell the people what do they need to bring, how do they need to come, what kind of approach do they need to have, if they're new or if they're up and coming, how confident do they need to be? What does a radio announcer or a radio show host like yourself look for when somebody comes to you and they want to be heard and they want to get your attention?
First of all, great question. An artist would have to have a representative. It's good if an artist, does send me the music or anything, but if they have a record rep, if they have a representative that's doing radio for them, that's better. And what they could do, they could email me and make it a letter and send it out as a personal email to say, hey, Bobby, this is our new CD single. This is what we're promoting, with a picture, with MP3 or WAV file, with a letter letting me know something about the artist or about the music or the single, and send it to me, email it to me. And then what I get a chance to do is review it. I review the pictures. I review the song, the single. And then I look and see if they have a website or social media. Then I can do a homework by myself to review on the actual artist, know more about them. If you give me a little bio and then your email or your website, I could do some I could look up information on my own self, and that's like the proper way. And that's the way that a lot of radio announcers and radio stations, program directors, and music directors want, a letter in email form with the MP3 or WAV file to send the music with the bio and a pic, and make it personal. Don't just say, "Hey, here's my music." Really, really, if you want to be, that's when you get a chance to build a relationship with Bobby Parker, and I'll review it. And if it's good, if it's great music, if it's in a great time length, then that's something that I consider for airplay. And I encourage people to just send me music, but you got to give me time to get a chance to get to it, because I get loads of music every week, and I only have 9. Now, you would not believe this. I only have 9 spaces. I have a weekend show, 2-hour show. So every hour I can only play 9 songs, maybe some bonus songs on certain stations. But I don't have space for like 9 to 10 songs an hour for those 2 hours. But I get hundreds of music every week. It's amazing. And then, I'm just little Bobby Parker. Just imagine
Wow.
some,
No, not no little Bobby Parker.
Nah, along from that. So Kim, we
just
definitely would love
No.
we would love for you to give us a sample, if you would. I'm gonna ask Bobby a question so I can give you a moment. I'm gonna put you on the spot and ask you to sing for us, if you will, or play a song, sing however you want to do it, whatever is the best way you want to do it. Because I know you can do it a cappella too, but I'm gonna let you do it however you want to do it. Whether you want to play a little bit of your song or sing. Bobby, tell the people what is your station, how they can listen to it, where they can find it, and how they can reach you if they are out here and they're interested in doing that, please.
Okay, celebrating 10 years this year. It's the Bobby Parker Radio Show. Yes, syndicated. I've worked at many other radio stations here locally and other cities, but God has blessed me with my own syndicated show. The website is thebobbyparkerradioshow.com, and we're syndicated. Last count, I think we're on over 40 stations, 45 maybe, 45 stations, and I'm so happy.
Wow.
You can see the list of the stations on my website. One of the main stations that we're so proud of is Black Gospel Radio, blackgospelradio.net.com, that plays our show out of Philly. And we're on over these 40 stations every weekend, giving you nothing but the hottest and great gospel music.
Bobby is the real deal.
We do interviews. I have interviews I haven't even played yet of some of your favorite artists. And I'm very, very excited. I get a chance to go on red carpets at all these big events.
Yes.
And God has just truly, truly blessed the show. So the BobbyParkerRadioshow.com is the website, and you get a chance to see the list of all the stations that play our show.
So no individual needs to try to reach out. What if they don't have a representative? What if they're just starting out, but they're that good and they feel confident? There's no approach for that person to the radio. They just know they need to wait till they get the packet together, and because the radio host like yourself, you will not really look at it if they approach you without having that representative speak for them. Is that what I'm hearing?
Having a representative is good, and someone that knows the business, someone who knows how to send it to me. But if you're on your own, if you're doing independent is where it's at. If you're independent and you know how to do it the right way, people are building business. I mean, people are building businesses out of their home just with them and themselves and their computer. So if you have all the right components to send me your music, MP3, WAV file, no more than 330, 340, and you have a great picture. I mean, it's got to be quality production, quality everything. If you send that to me the right way, I'll most definitely listen to it and give you and see if we can get you some airplay.
And type your both of you type your websites in there, and I'll make sure that they get it for you. Kim, did you think about that request for a song, or how you might be able to deliver, or if you can deliver?
Let me see. I think I possibly might be able to do a little something, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Bobby. When I got nominated for my first 2 Instill Awards back in 2020, that was when the pandemic, when the COVID first hit really hard, and the Instill Awards went virtual. And so I was so excited, and I wanted to celebrate. So my family and I, we put together our own red carpet event. My husband went and purchased red carpet, and we put it all out in front of our garage, and we dressed it up, and I called Bobby Parker. and he came and interviewed me on the red carpet as if I was at the Stellar Awards. And then after we did that interview, we went inside the house and watched the show, and we had dinner. That's why I said it's all about connections. Now, if I were not connected to Bobby, and if I didn't present good music and was not a good person, I don't believe he would have come and shared in that moment. And that's the kind of thing that you need to realize, that when you're in the industry, it's important that you build good, lasting relationships. It's important that you do that, because when you show up for someone, they'll show up for you. So it's important that you build those relationships, so that when moments like that happen, they'll be just as happy to share in that moment with you. So I just had to throw that out there.
Yes, Bobby, we appreciate that. And I see some people, if you're not following both of these individuals, please do, because I know that they are genuine when it comes to the gospel. There's some people that they are in the gospel, but they leave the gospel. But these two are strong in the gospel. Kim, you never left the gospel. You stayed with the gospel the whole time. Am I correct? Or did you ever sway from the gospel at all at any time?
Nope. Since the tender age of 2, I have been singing gospel. I've actually been approached by a couple of R&B reps over the years, and I have stayed true to my gospel roots. I'm born and raised in gospel, and I'm gonna be gospel till the day I die. But I'm gonna be the gospel. I'll sing gospel until I look up and see Jesus come.
And you know what? I was so proud, because this last time when I looked on the chart, I saw you up there with some names. I mean, these national artist names. And I'm like, look at Kim up there with them. How did that feel when you saw yourself up there, when your name began to be up in the lights with? Who are some of the people I saw you up on the chart with? I don't know if it was Tamla Man or somebody. It was a couple of people. And I was like, okay, Kim, you passed.
Yes, as a matter of fact, my radio promotion strategist is online, Patrick Noble Allen. He's online with us tonight. So hello, Patrick, PNA.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Patrick, send me a request to come up here. I'd love to ask you a question. Send me a request to go live, Patrick. I would love to ask you a question for sure.
Patrick has been very, very instrumental in helping me with strategies on radio promotions. I've been doing a lot of touring and traveling throughout the country. He's been very instrumental in that, in breaking me in radio. I've never really had a really breakout success with radio, but today the charts came out and we're number 2.
Yeah.
We're 4 spins away from the number 1 song on the Gospel Billboard Indicators chart, and we're in the top 50 on the Billboard National Airplay, and we're in top 40 for media base. So those are the 3 main charts for gospel, and I'm either trending on them or I'm charting on them, and that just goes to a lot of hard work and just strategies and putting a plan together. And Patrick Noble Allen has been very, very, very instrumental in that. So it's about those connections. It's about those connections.
Yes.
And like Bobby said, someone to reach out on your behalf. Yes. And I'm grateful and thankful to have Patrick on my team. And he's been doing a phenomenal job. And that's why, I can say that Kim Person is not only a 3-time Stellar Award nominee, but I'm also a Billboard charting artist. And so these are dreams. These are moments that I've dreamed about.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And
What I love.
Type her website, Patrick, because she may not be able to.
Absolutely.
Type her website down there too. Kim, can people still vote for you in any place? If there's something that they can do, any new followers today, tell them where they can go. What can they do to support you?
You want to go and say what you say, Bobby, and then I'll just type it into the.
No, I just want to say this real quick. All that is great news. Number 2 indicator charts. You're growing on the other 2 charts, and I love this. And then you're getting ready to appear at the Stellar Awards, and you're going to meet so many more people who may not even know you, Kim.
Yes.
You're going to build. It's going to be an audience, and then when the show shows you as one of the nominees, that's opening up a whole new audience, which I'm so happy, so proud. More people are going to know the ministry of Kim Person, so I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. And also, I found out the end of last week that I also will be performing at this year's Stellar Awards during the pre-show. So it's like God is like blowing my mind. It's like beyond my wildest dreams. It's like if I can just think it, it's happening for me. And so I think that is a testament of God rewards faithfulness, and faithfulness does not go unnoticed. And I believe that that's the reason why the doors of opportunity are just coming my way, because I've been so faithful. I've been so dedicated, not only to my music ministry, but to local churches, to helping others' visions and dreams and desires come to pass. And so God just says, there's a scripture that says, what you make happen for somebody else, God will make happen for you. And so I'm just so honored and so grateful and so thankful for God just moving on my behalf. So if there are any artists that are endeavoring to do bigger, better, greater, just stay faithful. Stay faithful. Work on your craft so that when the doors open and when the opportunities come, that you will be ready. So during this time when you feel like nobody's calling you, nobody's saying your name, nobody knows your name, trust me, God knows exactly what he's doing. So work on yourself. So when those days and those moments and those opportunities come and you walk through those doors, they're going to say, Lord, Kim Person, she is ready for that moment. So I'm just grateful and thankful for this moment of what God is doing in my life.
Now, Kim, there are some people that go through some tough things. They go through some challenges. They stop, they give up. And I know your personal story, but a lot of people don't. Can you share anything about the obstacles that you had? You had some personal challenges with your health. You had some things that could have taken you completely out and made you mentally and emotionally and spiritually discouraged, but you didn't get that way. I saw you sing even harder. I saw the anointing, go even higher in you when that happened. Can you talk about that for a moment? Where your faith got larger and you didn't have no fear at all. You didn't have no fear when doctors started telling you certain things. You kept going. You kept going.
Amen.
Can you talk about that for one moment?
She's on it tonight, boy. She's on it tonight. I can remember for years, I used to go to church and I would be in so much pain. And I would get up there and I would sing to the glory of God. I could feel his presence, but I would be in so much pain because I dealt with a lot of female issues of infertility, just the variety of different things that we as women have experienced with endometriosis, adenomyosis, I can't remember the other one right now, but there are 3 different diseases that women go through. Is one of the reasons why they're not able to have children. And I had an experience of all 3. And so I would be in pain 100% of my days, every single day. There would not be a day that I would not experience pain. And I went through this for probably over 20 years of my life because I wanted to give my husband children. And I was going through so much pain. I remember going to sing at church. And after I would finish singing, I would go to the bathroom and my husband would literally have to come and pick me up and take me and put me in the car and either take me home and put me to bed or take me straight to the hospital. But while I was up there singing, all I felt was that virtue was leaving out of me for healing and deliverance was coming forth for the people. And I was then for the people. And I just wanted people to get healed and delivered. And I said, God, I know you're going to do it for me because I'm giving of myself. And I think, Crystal, you even witnessed some of these moments when, you would see me going through and I would be even on the road traveling sometimes. And I would just be crying. I would cry all the way there and be in pain and crying all the way home. But I knew that God was going to heal my body one day. And just recently, prior to me releasing the Journey project back in 2019, I was having a conversation with my husband and I said, I've been dealing with this pain for a long time. And I said, I just don't know what to do. And my husband looked at me and said, Kim, I did not marry you for you to give me children. I married you because I love you. And I want to let you know that all of a sudden I had to go into emergency surgery and I had to have some things removed. And 2-3 years later, I have not felt that pain. And it's like it's like I'm a new person now. And so I sing from a different perspective. How would it feel if you were able to give your gift and you didn't have to worry about no pain? How in the world would you feel if you were a singer and you were actually able to stand in front of your audience with no pain, that all you doing is singing because you're happy, you're singing because you're free, and that you know God has blessed you. That's where I'm at in my life now. I no longer deal with those emotional imbalances, with pain in my body, emotional, like I'm not a whole woman. All this, I don't deal with that anymore. God has healed and delivered me. And so now I have a different perspective, and I can sing about him being wonderful, marvelous, glorious, because he has shown himself strong on my behalf.
And on that
but God took her through the journey.
Yeah.
Her album is called Journey. God took her through a journey for a reason. You went through that pain for a reason, so that you could be. I mean, you're a testament. You're a testimony, and you had to go through that journey. And now look at what God has given you on the other side. Victory belongs to Jesus.
Yes.
And I give him praise for everything that you had to go through. But now God is showing you the other side of victory. So. Amen.
And the yokes that you broke with your voice in the process. Oh my God. Will you bless us with something, Kim? Please.
Let's see. I ain't had a chance to warm up.
That's okay, because you got God in you. So whatever you have, we know everybody on here, you understand, I just put on the spot. So you know if you didn't warm up, you're getting it raw, you're getting the real raw deal. the pureness of her voice right now.
And so this is my single, Wonderful. I'm going to sing a little version of it. So many wonderful things about Jesus. There's so many wonderful things about him. Hey, his name is Wonderful. He's a wonderful counselor. He is a mighty God, everlasting Father. He is the Prince of Peace. So many wonderful things about him. Yay. Wonderful, marvelous, glorious. Say yes, you are wonderful and marvelous, glorious. And yes, you are. Yeah.
Girl, I'm telling you, you just have something in you. I want to ask you guys, thank you so much for blessing. Guys, hit the arrow up top and follow Kim Person. Go to her Facebook page, go to her website, go to Bobby Parker's page, because they are out here. They are genuine people that are helping those that if you're looking for some people of integrity in the gospel, you're meeting two of them right now. I want to ask you two, what would you like to see different out here in the gospel? Like Kim, you're going to stand out from everybody else. What are you going to do different as you continue to grow, as people continue to listen to you? What is your mission as an artist, and how do you want to set yourself apart? And the same thing with you, Bobby, as a syndicated show host. How is your station different from all the other gospel stations? And I'll let you go first, Bobby, since you just finished singing.
Wow, great question. And I always want to try to stand out. I want to be different and let everybody see the integrity, first of all, of me being genuine and loving gospel music. I want people to know that I'm a personality, that I'm hands-on. I'm a people person. I'm your brother. And when people come on my show, I want us to have a good time. I want us, of course, promote the music, but also remember that we're serving Jesus Christ. We want to lift up Jesus. We want to make Jesus famous. It's not about me. It's about just promoting the gospel music and just having a great time. I don't see myself in any competition with anybody. There's gospel artists that have radio shows and other popular people on the radio. But when you hear Bobby Parker's name, I want you to know you're going to have fun. You're going to have great music. And my personality is going to come out, and I'm going to be genuine. I want you to come on my show, or people who want to be a part of the show, that it's going to be great music, and you're going to have fun with your brother. And that's what I try to be when I'm different. When I'm out and about, I want to be a people person. I'm not stuck up. I'm not the type of person where you got to ask somebody or I got a manager or somebody you got to go through to get to me. No. come up to me, come up to Bobby. Hey, man, can you listen to my music? Hey, can we start a relationship? Let me get your information. I am hands on, and
Mhm.
that's what's different from me than from a lot of folks.
Station
Amen.
break, station break. Another icon just came up here, and if you are able, Jerry Smith just came in the building. I see you,
Yay,
Jerry. I
hey,
see you, Jerry Smith.
Yay! I
If
see
you are
Jerry.
able, we
Jerry.
would love for you to come up. I see you, brother. I know you may not be prepared, but if you are prepared, we would love for you to come and shine a light. Definitely, because you are another icon in the gospel
And
industry for
he's
sure.
one of the ones. Jerry Smith is one of the ones I look up to. We
Yes.
started out on R&B radio, and I mean, I just look at Larry Tinsley in Atlanta. I mean, it's some icons in radio that I look up to that I kind of patted my way. But I just want to be genuine. I want to be that
Yes.
people person, not just someone you hear on the radio. But I want you to be able to. And when some people in radio you never seen, but I want to be that radio guy who's like, oh, I see him all the time. So
Yeah.
that's what I try to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kim,
Yes.
what are people going to think of when they see the name Kim Person? When they finally meet Kim Person, what do you want them to think automatically when they see you? What kind of image, what
Whew.
kind of reaction are you looking to give people from your music, from your personality, from who you are? You know what I'm saying?
Well, one of the things I want people to see is Jesus.
Yes.
Because if you don't see Jesus in me, then why am I even doing this?
Right.
You know, I'm more than just an artist. I am a lover of Christ and a lover of people. And I just want people to, when you're in my presence, I just want to be a difference maker. I want to be, I could I like to set a standard. And I like to make a difference. And I want to make a difference, whether it be through my personality, whether it be through just me just sharing, just encouraging and uplifting. Because yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I'm a singer. But sometimes people need to know much more about you than that you are a singer. You know, so I'm a very personable person. And I just love people and I love Jesus Christ. And I just want people that when you come in contact with me, that you come in contact with someone that's real, that's down to earth, that understands your story, understands your testimony, that will listen and share. Because at the end of the day, what sets me apart is when I get on the stage, I'm not just there to sing. I'm there to share a piece of my heart with you. Share with you the message that God has given me through song, or share the message of just my testimony. So I'm an open book as it relates to Kim Person in my music ministry. My music ministry is all about the love of Christ and the love of people.
Rodney Perry in the building, comedian Rodney Perry. How you doing? Good to see you. That's another man who has a love for God too. He has a strong testimony about how God has kept him through a lot of things, and I have a lot of respect for him. Jerry Smith, I definitely want to get with you because I want to get you on story time as well. Kim, I just want to tell you something. Out of all your songs, you know what my favorite is.
Is
Sincerely
that
yours.
sincerely yours?
Oh my goodness.
You tell me that
That
every
thing
time
would
I
break
see you.
that thing would break me down. Something about Bobby. Sincerely yours. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
All of them are tight, but sincerely yours. Oh my goodness.
that's a
It's
good one.
really
That's a good one.
and I mean, I just want you to know that a lot of people may not have told you yet, but you sincerely are breaking yokes. You are giving people that healing power that you want to do. And somebody just said, yes, and your testimony will help others get their total healing. Also, I appreciate you and I love you. That's coming from
Oh,
Miss Sandra. You know, you,
yes.
your voice, when you sing, it's something about you go to a place that takes everybody in the room to that place with you. Some people may not even know how to understand and get into a praise and worship mode, but they can't resist once you start singing and that anointing comes over you. Once that
Yeah.
anointing comes over you, you take everybody in there with you. And
Yeah.
so I just want you to know that you are amazing and you are so gifted and you are so talented. And I'm just so proud to even say that I know you and I know that God is going to keep doing some amazing things with you. Same with you, Bobby. Just everything that you've done,
Yes.
everything that you're doing in the industry, your genuineness. I sincerely am proud of both of you. anything that you guys have coming up, any big projects that you want to tell the people about that they can take part of. I know, Bobby, for you, you like sponsorships on your show. You have spaces for sponsorships. So please let us know. Again, Jerry Smith, I know you may not be able to come on today. We thank you for coming through. We want to acknowledge Jerry Smith is in the building.
Yes.
This man right here is an icon also when it comes to radio and the industry of gospel and just the industry of radio, period. If you don't know who he is, hit the Jerry Smith '07. Follow this man because Jerry
Yes.
also has a platform now. He left Radio One and has his own platform. So Jerry,
Yes,
I want
favorite.
to invite you to come back so you can let the people know your platform so we could definitely support you and what you do because that he is another genuine young man as well.
Yes.
You know, but yes, any big project that you two have coming up that you want to tell individuals, please let us know right now what we can expect. If there's something that you want people to contact you about, if it's a book, if it's anything that you have right now, let us know. And I'll start with you, Kim.
Well, right now, all of my hopes, dreams, aspirations are summed up with July the 15th and 16th week headed to the Stellars. You know, we are in the process of making sure that we got the right outfits, we got the right hair, we got the makeup artists, everyone in along on the team to help me represent North Carolina the way that I feel will make a statement and people will not forget the state that I'm from, nor will they forget who Kim Person is. So I'm super excited about all the preparation that is going into helping Kim Person to show up as that North Carolina girl that grew up singing since the tender age of 2. So I'm super excited about that. And also, I would love it if you guys would stream or download my music. It's available on all digital platforms, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Apple Music, on Amazon Music. It's available on all digital platforms. And I would just appreciate your assistance. Also, I have a concept video for my single Wonderful. It's available on YouTube on my Kim Person music page. And you can follow me also on my website at kimpersontheartist.com. I would just love for you to follow me on here and follow my journey because God has done and is doing some amazing things. And I would love to have you on my journey.
Excellent. Bobby Parker.
It's almost the same as Kim. I'm getting ready for the Stellar Awards.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
You gonna get some hair too? You going to get some hair?
Yeah, I got to get my hair, my outfit ready. Absolutely, absolutely. No, I got to find a great tux and that's gonna fit me and get ready for the Stellars. But I'm excited. I can't wait to be rooting for Kim during the actual taping and also her performance at the pre-show at the Stellar Awards in Atlanta. That's gonna be the place to be next month. Just last week, we celebrated our 23rd annual national conference with the North Carolina Gospel Announcers Guild.
Yes.
It was in Chapel Hill. It was a great success, and we're planning to go back again next year. So I'm excited about that. I'm the vice president, along with Bishop Vetra Jones Jr., who is the president. So we had a great conference. People from all over the country came, and we learned, and we had some great showcases and just great opportunities to build relationships. And then, of course, the radio show each and every weekend on over 40 stations around the country, internet, gospel radio stations, and radio stations. The BobbyParkerRadioshow.com is the website. And then, of course, we do ask for sponsorships. You can contact me here on Instagram at BobbyParker720 if you'd like to be a sponsor. And also, hit me up and I give you my information on how you can send your music to me if you're an independent artist. And just stay in contact with me. I do gospel news with Clarita Haddon. She's the sister of Dietrich Haddon. And Kim, you're always on gospel news because you're always making brand new news. So I'm doing news nationally, and I cannot wait to announce her as a Stellar Award winner. But God has just truly, truly been blessing. So I'm here to just put myself in the way, put myself out there. And if you want to be a part of the journey, to God be the glory. Come along with us. Come along with us.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Listen, I would like to allow you to give some closing comments. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just want to thank you for coming. In the closing comments, we talked about everything people should do. We talked about things they can look for. A lot of times people don't talk about the negative and what they should not do. So if you will, when you do your closing comments and you just highlight some things. Could you talk about maybe a few mistakes you made so that others won't make those mistakes, and some things that they want to be careful of as you make your closing comment? And I'll start with you on that one, Kim.
Whew. So one of the things that you shouldn't do is take no as your final answer in anything, whether it be you working on a corporate job, whether you're doing music. If there is a vision or a dream that God's given you, if he's given it to you, he will make the way for the provision. He's just waiting on you to trust yourself and to do the research and do the work to get it done. And when you take the time to believe in yourself the way that you should, your answers will start coming, and those doors that you're supposed to walk through, you will walk through. So trust yourself, trust your instinct, trust who you know God's called you to be. I have let no over my lifetime. I have let the word no bring me so far down that I stopped believing in myself, because it's like nobody wants to hear the word no, you're not good enough. Nobody wants to hear no, I don't want you to come open up or for my concert. Nobody likes to hear the word no. Everybody wants to hear yes, you're the best. Yes, what if you're not the best? It's okay not to be the best. But it's not okay for you to let the word no run you. You got to know that you may not be the best, but you are the best at what God's called you to be. Can't nobody beat you being you.
Yes.
And whatever your gifts and talents are, trust that God is going to make a way, and he's going to open up opportunities for you that are going to blow your mind when you begin to believe in yourself. So don't procrastinate. Don't take the word no as that's the final word, and just know that God has great expectations for you. How can Kim Person say these things? And I have so much more else that I could say. I've experienced them. I've had my heart broken. I've been through so many negative things in my life, but I'm still standing. Why? Because I believe in myself. I trust that process that God has before me. And I've walked it when it was easy, walked it when it was hard. Now I'm seeing some of the results as a result of me pushing and pushing and pushing. So I just encourage you, don't stop pushing. Don't stop in the middle of the process where it might be a little rocky right now and you be like, I just want to throw in the towel. I want to encourage you to begin again, trust again, and God will bring you and see you through.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Person, 3-time Stellar Award nominee for this year. Go follow her. Make sure you go hit the arrow on the top. She's Kim Person. She's amazing. You definitely want to download her music. I'm telling you right now, it will bless you. If you love gospel music, if you love praise and worship, if you love to get it on, you have to go listen to Kim Person. And check out Sincerely Yours, because I'm partial to that. That's an old one, but you got to go pull it up. I'm trying to tell you, because I'm trying to tell you right now, woo, I'm biased about that one, but all of her music is good. All of her music is good. Kim, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I just want to thank you for coming through. I'm always going to be one of your big fans. I'm there for you. And sometimes when you had some things, I wasn't able to get there because, I've been a caregiver, I've been doing some stuff, but I always keep up with you, and I'm always here for you. Tell my man Thomas, hey! I haven't seen him in some years. I love you guys, so I'm so grateful for you. This is definitely going to be aired in a couple of places. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. So, Bobby Parker, what advice would you give individuals? Same question. Some of the things that you've gone through, some of the negative that people should not do when it comes to the industry as an artist, because you deal with artists, because you are someone they bring their music to, and if they are trying to start their own radio show and have a syndicated show and they've gotten doors closed.
One of the things that has hurt my heart was when people that I started out with, or just people in general, get the big head, or you burn the bridges. And because this industry is large, but it's also small, where a lot of people know everybody. Everybody knows someone in this industry. So just be careful on, just stay humble. I try to stay humble. And when I say, my motto is put myself in the way. And when I say that, that's not nothing being arrogant. That's meaning just putting myself out there to be approachable, to be there for other people. I'm not putting myself in the way trying to get in front of anybody. I'm not big headed. I treat everybody the same. If I'm interviewing Kirk Franklin, I'm going to treat national recording artist Kim Person the same way I treat anybody else. I'm all about everybody, showing love to everybody, and just be humble. Don't be arrogant. Don't push people out of the way thinking you're better than anybody. That's the part where I hate seeing the negativity in the industry, because we're all doing the same thing. We're all lifting up Jesus. So let's come together. And this is something that's very needed in the gospel music industry. So I'm a big person about just being humble and being approachable. And I always end my show off with hope I play something good for spirit to make it to another day. And if so, join me again next time. We'll do it all over again in Jesus' name. Grace and peace. God bless. And always remember that God has a plan and a purpose for your life. I'm Bobby Parker. I love everybody. I'll see you at the Stella Awards. Watch the wonderful video with Kim. I'm at the beginning of the
Yes.
video,
Oh, that's
and
right.
to God be the glory. And
Yes.
I'm just happy to be here. Crystal, thank you so much for just being kind every time I see you. Thanks for inviting me. And anytime you need me, I'll be there.
Thank you for your kind words, because you gave me some, inspirational words too. Jerry Smith, I saw that comment. Thank you so much for your kind words to the three of us as well. And I just try to do what God has called me to do. I love entertainment, I love promotions, I love marketing, I love people. And Jerry wrote in there, stay humble and hungry.
I'm hungry.
And that's it. That's what it's about. Stay humble and stay hungry. You know, and Jerry, reach out, because I definitely want to get you on the show too as well. And so I want to let you guys know I just appreciate you, because I don't have like a million followers or 500,000 followers. You know what I mean? Some people, they won't talk to the small dogs or the people, but you never know who though. So
Yeah.
you don't never know. I got a big God, and He knows how to get me in some places. So I know some people. So even though you might not see but 9 people right now, there's going to be some amazing people doing a replay. This is also going to go on Facebook, Roku, YouTube. It's going to be seen in several countries. So I just want to let you know this is going to get some airplay in a lot of different places. So I always tell people, don't despise the small beginnings, and because you just don't know. We serve a big God, and you never know what's coming. My name is Crystal Bodie Smith, and I just want to thank you both again. I appreciate you, Kim, for your time. I'm rooting for you. I will be sitting in front of my TV screaming and hollering. Like, yeah, when you have the celebration, please invite me when you have the celebration, when you come back. And Bobby, like I said before, I know you've won some awards too. You keep doing what you're doing. I just want to tell anybody
Thank you.
out there, if you have a story too, contact me, because this is story time. This is where we allow you to share your story that can help somebody else. You know, a lot of times our testimony helps the next person who's going through whatever it is we're going through. So that's what the vision is for this. And I have a mission. It's to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. And so on Storytime, we come on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and sometimes we do a 12 noon, and sometimes we do Sunday. But I think I might start doing one. I may have to break it down, because I had like, since I started, I think I know I've had like about 40 interviews already, and I have like at least another 15 this month scheduled.
Wow.
I've been going hard.
You
Like I've been
busy,
going
real
hard,
busy.
like real hard. I'm booked all the way out through the middle of July at
That's
three a
good. That's
week,
good.
3 a week. So
That's
like,
awesome.
I might break it down a little bit and spread it out some, you know. But I just want to thank you guys for your support, and to everybody out there, share this video. Tell somebody that you heard from Bobby Parker and Kim Person tonight. I want you to have an amazing day. Be encouraged. I want you to keep hope alive. Whatever you're going through, just know that you're going to get through it. And we appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. God bless you. And you have just heard another amazing segment of Storytime. And we'll see you next time, this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. God bless you all. Have a great evening. And please, please, please share this video when you get it. I'll send it to both of y'all. Have a blessed evening. Thank you again.
All
Good
right.
night,
Bye.
everybody.
All right. All right. Good night. Good night.